If you manage projects at work, but you're not a project manager, this video is for you. I've managed everything from complex work projects to personal goals using a very simple system, no certifications, no expensive software, and no complicated frameworks you have to learn. By the end of this video, you will have a simple system you can use to manage projects of all sizes and all levels of complexity without needing to become a project manager. So why does project management seem so hard, right? Like it feels like it's almost harder than it should be. And really there's 4 reasons why managing projects is difficult in a professional setting. First one is fragmented information, right? It's all over the place. You've got notes from the meetings. Somebody else has notes from the meetings, the same meetings, and they're different notes. There's also documents floating around. You might have a knowledge base you work out of. You might have like a code repository or CRM system you're working in, and all that could be kind of distributed all over the place. Some of it you have on your hard drive. It might be in a cloud system, whatever. So it's like pulling all that stuff together and keeping a cohesive vision or image of what the project contains is sort of one of the challenges. The second is related, and that's the mix of like personal responsibility, shared responsibility, and like ownership of things within the project, whether that's like accountability for the tasks or deliverables or information. And the other challenge with that is that not all your projects are the same. So you might have some projects where you're the primary driver and nobody else is really involved. You might have other projects where you have a whole team involved, and then you have still other projects where it's a completely different team and you're doing them all at the same time. So that's tricky to navigate, keeping on top of all those things at the same time. Third thing is sort of infamous. It's scope and complexity creep. You know, you start working on one thing and then the next thing you know, 6 months in, you're like, wait a minute, how do we end up working on this and this and this too when we were originally like trying to do this? So when you're working on the project, often the challenge is keeping up with the scope creep, right? Like you may not have control over the scope of the project, but you don't want to be thinking this is what we're working on when really we're working on all of this. The fourth challenge is progress is non-linear in most projects, even though we kind of think of it sometimes as like, okay, this is going to happen first, step 2 is this, and it's sort of sequential the way we think about planning, but progress doesn't happen that way. It's messy, right? Like stuff just like kind of unfolds and then you look back, you're like, oh yeah, we did that and oh, we forgot to do that. And these challenges led to the development of a formal body of knowledge around project management. And so there's people who have like certifications and stuff. So like, is that the answer? Do you need to learn that to become good at project management? No. So what exactly does a good personal project management system need? Well, it has to really do 2 things. First, you need to be able to tie together a bunch of different kinds of information, like your planning and thinking about a project. So think like whether it's a project plan or brainstorming notes. Work in progress also needs to be accessible. The tangible thing you're working on that's not finished yet, but that you need to be able to get to and work on. And then the third kind of category of information you need to pull in is support material, whether that's notes, meeting notes, your own notes, design briefs, and reference material that you need to come back to support the completion of tasks within the project. That all needs to be kind of tied together into a single source of truth, not necessarily storing it all in one place, but at least having a place that you can go to get to all those things from one common location. Second thing your project management system needs to be able to do is it has to be flexible, right? Like you're probably working on a bunch of different kinds of projects and you need your system to be equally useful for different levels of complexity, different sizes of projects, different content in your project. So as an example, if you're a manager, like you might be working on a budget. And that's a lot of like spreadsheets and financial reports and things. And like, yeah, you're going to have that. But then you also at the same time might be working on hiring people. And that's a different kind of project that has different support material and different contents to it. And your system, you want it to be cohesive in a single type of approach that you can apply regardless of what kind of project you're working on. And you don't want to be rethinking your approach for every different type of project and making it too like over-optimized to a certain type of output, especially if you're in like a wide-ranging role with lots of different responsibilities. So let me show you my simple system for managing projects that is adaptable, but also simple. You will need a couple of tools to do this, or categories of tools. And the first one is a note-taking app that can make links. So I'm using Obsidian in this video, but you can use pretty much any note-taking app. They all pretty much do links, Evernote, OneNote, whatever. Second is some place to put your files and documents. You probably already have this. It's like you may have a cloud system like OneDrive or like a hard drive space that you're putting things on. Doesn't matter, just somewhere that you're saving folders and files and documents. That's what you need. Third thing you need is a task manager. app, something like I'm using Todoist, amazing task manager app. You should totally check it out, but you could use anything that is any modern task management app will do the things that I'm going to show you in this video. First, let's talk about files. So you're going to go wherever you hold your files. Have a directory in there for your projects and make a folder for your project. It's that simple. And then all the documents, all the files that have to do with that project go into that folder. Now you might have to have more than one. If you're working in a team, you might have a shared folder and a personal one. And that's fine. We'll show you how to tie them together in a second, but just make sure you have a clean delineation of this is where all the stuff for this project goes. Don't distribute your files all over the place and then wonder why you can't find them. So once you have that project folder, the next thing you're going to need is really the cornerstone of the system, which is the project note. So we're going to go over to the Note app. Here I'm in Obsidian, and you can see that there is a project note that I've created for this project, and it has some sections in it. So there's 4 sections, and you might be like, wait, I see 3 headings. What are you talking about? Well, the first section is actually just under the title. You could put a heading for this. This is where I'll put sometimes a statement of just the objective or purpose of the project. What am I trying to do? What's the outcome of this project? I don't do it for every project. Sometimes I don't need it. But if I do, I have a place to put it. Second section here underneath that is milestones. So this is where we can do some planning. It can be as simple as like back of the napkin, jot down a few things. I had a training project I had to start the other day that I just kind of was like, okay, yeah, I got to go to the thing to like learn the training material. And then I've got to like schedule some stuff and, you know, set up a way to track that. And like that's just what I wrote down off the top of my head. To start with, it's like that might be all I need to get moving. So it could be as simple as that, or you could have links to like files that are like, you know, Gantt charts or like bigger project plans could go in this section as well. It's just a place to kind of see like where are we at and where do we need to be going. The segment under that is work in progress. You see it says WIP, but under here you just put links to the work that you're doing. So working documents. It could be other notes in my note-taking system that represent work in progress. So I might be working on like a presentation outline or brainstorming something for a document, or I'm linking directly to the work, whether it's a document that I'm working on, a spreadsheet that I need. That's all in here. And I might link directly to the folder with all the files in it or specifically to the file. It really depends on the project, but that's the beauty of it, is it's flexible. Fourth section under that is notes and reference. So this is where I just put reference information, and I can take notes directly in the note or I can link to notes, whether that's in the note-taking app or files like, you know, formal meeting notes or minutes. I can do all of that from this project note, and it can handle it all. So that's the project note. The last element is your tasks. Now, here in Todoist, you're going to notice I don't have like a list of projects, and it just holds all the things I could be doing right now, like one-off tasks, often things I have to discuss in meetings. You'll notice my meeting agendas. I talked about that in a previous video, but you'll also notice like things I'm waiting for, stuff like that. That all goes in here. And sometimes, I don't always do this, but sometimes I'll use links back to the project note if I find it useful. I don't always, it doesn't always add value for the extra time it takes to put the link in, but I put my tasks in here. The fourth thing that you can add that is not necessary but can be helpful is a project list or an index. I do this in my note-taking app. I have a note here, you'll see the project list, and I've linked to all the project notes. That gives me one place to see them all and get a bird's eye view of what I'm working on, but also to jump into those project notes to kind of reorient myself to the context. So there you have the system in full. So you might be looking at this like, oh, that's kind of cool, like, but how do I get started? You know, it might seem kind of overwhelming to do this for all your projects. Well, then don't do it for all your projects. Pick one project you're working on now or one that's starting, and create a project note. As a bonus, you save that as a template, or you can use my template. I'll put it in the description, a link to it, and create a projects directory in your file system. You know, create a projects folder and then go in there and create a folder for that one project you're going to try this with. And just don't try to make it perfect or comprehensive. Just start saving stuff into the folder, putting links into your note. Just start putting your stuff in there and review your note about weekly and whenever you're working on the project. And just make sure it still reflects the current state of the project, the objective, what are some of the milestones that you're aware of, and you've got the right files linked in there and things. And you will notice that over time, it kind of builds up this sort of repository of knowledge related to the project, and you stay kind of on top of things. And then you can try to replicate that across multiple projects that you're working on. So let me know your best project management tactics in the comments.